放送画面がどっかに出ると思うんだよな。あ、いやいやいやいや、違う。放送画面どこでしょう。あったあった。接続。そうで、ツイツイートしないと。共有、ツイッター、ツイート。うん。今日大変やった。もう今のところ日本語だけどもう全部英語でやります、こっから。あ、で、ちょっと待って。読み上げに惑わされるから、読み上げの音量は下げます。よいしょ。音量下げ、下げ、下げ、下げ。よし、よし。こんな時間に珍しいね。はい、そうですね。嘘でもいいから英語でコメントしてもらえると、はい、おはようございます。はいはいはい。嘘でもいいからね、英語でコメントしてもらえると僕はやりやすいんですよ。さあ、これ、ちょっと待って。この音が携帯の音拾っちゃってる。これ切んないと iPhone。はい。わーわー、わーわーわーわーわー。はい。はいはい、here we go. I'm gonna be doing a live reaction for episode Kengan Ashura, the anime adaptation, episode 1 and 2. I've already seen up till episode 12. So it's not gonna be like a first reaction. I'm just gonna say what I thought. Before I start the video, there's a couple of things I want to explain. I haven't like written down what I wanted to explain, so it might get a little rusty. But there are many things in the anime that are different from the original manga, and I hope there's like any English listeners out there that's actually listening live. But okay. There you go. English listener, okay, great, great. Okay, there are many things different from the original manga and the anime adaptation. Mostly, they have omitted a lot of episodes, including I'm not gonna go into the detail what they omitted, but even what they had in the anime is different from what's in the original manga. Mostly, what I want to explain is how they changed the characters on the left or the right. Was the first scene where you see Oma and Komada confronting each other. The original manga has Oma on the right and Komada on the left, but the anime has Oma on the left and Komada on the right. Now, this is like how do you call it? Like a I don't know the exact word, like the vocabulary to how to explain this, but um, audiences have a bias towards which characters are stronger upon which part, either the characters on the right or the characters on the left. And most audiences have a bias that the character on the right is stronger. Um, Focal point. Uh, I hope my English is good enough so that I have my I'm getting this through. The characters on the right, we all have a bias that the character on the right seems stronger. I don't remember the word either. Okay. And so what we want in the first scene is that we want to make Komada look stronger so that the main character is has to overcome. We see if the main character looks stronger from the beginning, we won't care if the main character is gonna win because he looks stronger anyway. And this kind of style is throughout the whole, well, at least the first 12 episodes. So whenever I start saying the characters on the right or characters on the left, this is what I'm trying to say. And another thing is this I did this whole episode 1 and 2 reaction in Japanese, but this is something I'm gonna just say for the English. I'm gonna watch it in English dubbed. And okay, I grew up in the 90s in the United States, and I saw some English dubbed anime, like English dubbed Dragon Ball, or what else? English dubbed Sailor Moon, or anything, things like that. And I'm gonna be totally honest here. The voice actors back then were horrible. Okay, I don't know if I can people can relate with me like this, but you didn't even watch them. Okay, the English voice actors back then were horrible. I mean, it's impossible to even watch the anime since they're too horrible about it. I'm not alone. Okay, thank you. So, I am super critical about English voice actors. But I'm not gonna just say in all this voice actor is horrible or that acting was horrible, cause actually the voice actors for Kengan Ashura, I don't know, I haven't watched English dubbed anime recently, so I don't know about the others, but voice actors for Kengan Ashura at least was not as bad as I expected. Now, are voice actors getting better? I don't know, but voice actors for Kengan Ashura was not as bad as I assumed. I love the dub, but the sub was better. Okay, I understand. So what I might say is how it's different, how the acting is different from the Japanese version. I don't want to tell these voice actors that they're horrible. I mean, they're not actually they're not that horrible. So, let's get started for the first episode. If you could get ready with your Netflix, I'll be counting down from 3, 2, 1, 0. Then start. The timer will start running, so you could kind of understand what I'm looking at. Okay, change it to English. Should I have the subtitles for English also, because they could be different. Okay, I'll start with the live reaction here. First time doing it in English. Okay, so this would be in I'll start with 5, 4, 3. Wait, I think I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, the timer. Forgot the timer there. 3, two, three, two, one, and start. Oh, I love the Netflix sound. The Netflix original anime series. They always have like an original way of depicting that title. This is Shinjuku. That's an actual place. Whoa, whoa. Too sound is too big. I can't even hear my own voice. That's an actual place you can go to in Shinjuku if you have ever visited. Now, I think you could see how what I just said before. Komada's on the right and Oma's on the left, so that you want to make Komada look stronger. He's always on the right, and the main character is almost mostly on the left side, like Kabukicho, right? This is consistent with like video games such as, well, classic video games like Mario. Mario always comes from the left and faces right, and the Bowser comes from the right because you want to make Bowser look more stronger. And when you like clear a stage, when you beat a stage, then the main character finally goes to the right, surpassing the boss, the obstacle that the main character has to overcome. Now there's there's many things. I've seen a lot of comments on Twitter and YouTube about all these 3D animation, and I understand how people hate 3D animation. Well, this is actually like a hybrid of 3D and 2D. I mean, for example, that tattoo. If you want that tattoo to be precisely on the back of that character in a hand-drawn version, you have to at least do that tattoo in 3D, right? And great job again. Thanks. They look great. Yeah, I think they look great too. Actually, they had that one cut where Kazuo's eye was big. That was hand drawn. This is the part where Komada's on the right still, so he might be stronger now. But then here, when Oma kicks Komada to the left, this is when we finally know that Oma is stronger, because now he's on the right side. Now about the voice acting of Oma, he's doing a really good job, but the difference between the Japanese version is that the English Oma has a little bit humanity. I mean, you could, like, human emotions. You could kind of feel that he has some sort of human emotion, as where the Japanese version is doing it, expressing the emotions within like an inhumane personality. What's the it doesn't bother me at all. Okay, well, I guess people who actually like spend their time to watch me doing a live reaction don't care much. I mean, you could be all honest and say that you didn't like it. Keep all the great stuff. Okay, thanks. Okay, by the way, the suit that's going down this arm, I think is hand drawn, because I think it was more cost effective to draw the suit that's going like this than to actually model it. I mean, the facial expression is all in 3D, but just the suit. This acting part of English Oma is actually really good. It makes him look like that he doesn't have human emotions that much. And by the way, all the people walking behind the in the streets, they are all like the same models. I mean, I'm sure most people who watched it kind of realized it, but they are using the same model. Like I think they have like, I don't know, like 8 models. I don't know if they have 8, like maybe like 5 models for like the characters outside the main characters. Now, it was a good thing that this part didn't move, where Kazuo is like buying women. I mean, if that part like I had like emotion, it would be too descriptive. Let me get some King. Imagine if Mark. Oh, like T-shirts and yeah. I don't know if they ever sold this in the United States. I mean, I don't think they sell it anywhere except for the Anime Expo, but chose a good opening song to King and ashura. Yeah, right. I don't think it's Netflix that chose it, but I mean, it's not like Netflix has a studio that makes all these things, but so I get your point. That building for that Kazuo works for, that building I think is the model for that building is the building where Larks is in, the company that makes this adaptation. And here it's all hand drawn because I guess the only character, if they do this in 3D, the Kazuo will be the only character, so it would kind of look awkward. I mean, there are scenes like that, but and there are many facial expressions for Kazuo here, which is hard to do in 3D. So I guess they just decided to do all hand drawn. And the background artwork here is incredible. I mean, I don't know if I could do something like this myself. It actually looks like an office, and I wonder what that like a Buddhist statue on the right, black Buddhist statue on the right is. I don't know what that is, but I don't. Did I have that logo for Nogi in the original? I have to. Many things I'm forgetting. Nope, I didn't have that one. So that's anime original. The soundtrack for anime is banger. Yeah. Lark's based. I don't think it's Osaka. I'm not really sure. I killed some figures for the fight of million. Figurines. You call those things figurines. Like these are called figurines in English because in Japanese it's figura, so you can't just say figure because so these are figurines, I guess. Okay. I have no idea if they're making one. So the characters here are all in 3D because there's only 3 characters. Well, Oma comes in later, but he's in 3D. So, and to be honest, this scene, the characters look a little bit stiff. That has a you see that like stiffness in 3D animation here, mostly in facial expression and like body language. This is just my opinion. There's nothing official, but I think they used this scene so that they could like make the staff members practice. I couldn't just have how much like that. How many make me love you even more than manga? Okay. And this scene where they, what do you call this, kind of like it's not a backflash. I don't know the vocabulary for this kind of scene, but they use a very super, it's not photorealistic, but a realistic style of drawing, of art style. So we have hand drawn anime, 3D anime, and this super realistic artwork, so we had like multiple dimensions of how to backflash. For the backflash scenes, they had like hand drawn that are super real or a little bit like a draft drawing. So they had like 4 to 5 dimensions of drawing, making this into an anime. So which if it's all in 3D, it would look awkward. If it's all in hand drawn, I don't think they would be able to do like the good fighting scenes. So like illustrating it all in different dimensions gives it like a very consistent look to it. Actually makes it more consistent. They are really great paints, right? I found who drew this on Twitter, and so I followed them the other day. Blu-ray DVD. I'm not sure about that either. I'm really not sure. I mean, sometimes I know something, but I'm just gonna say that I don't know, for obvious reasons. But behind scenes commentary. Well, that's yeah. Commentary is what I'm doing right now. Love my art. Thanks. I mean, these muscles that drawn on these backflashes are really great. Oh, by the way, I was talking about the left and right thing. Nogi is always on the right because he's more strong. Well, he has I don't think stronger is the right word, but he uh inferior superior. He's a more superior being than Kazuo, so he's always on the right side. Oh, wait. Why did that come out? But I'm not behind the stuff they had to cut off to fit into the 12 left. So what it is though, right? You know, I've talked with the script writers, and I mean, it's not like they're having joy to cut the scenes. They had tough decisions. I can't forget with English. I'm buying all the volume. Yeah, thanks a lot. They they have it in I think they released it in Spanish recently or Portuguese. I'm not sure. I totally get that. Yeah, but actually, they could have did the whole episode, like they could have did the whole episode not cutting the scenes, but then they would have to stop like at a really awkward point. So they have an intention to how to like reconstruct the episodes. I'm not gonna talk about their intent because the whole episode's not out there yet. Yeah, you could see that Oma came from the left because he's the main character, but easily he would go easily to the right, right here, at, where Kazuo's on the left and Oma's on the right, because Oma is superior than Kazuo. I wonder what. Oh, that was in the. It's not like a big panel, but it was in the manga. That coffee cup in 3D reminds me. Oh, and by the way, why did my boy Moroji run peak condition was right? Yeah, I know, I know. If it sells, I mean, if like the whole world watching on Netflix on this, they might. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating. They might actually add that stuff on Blu-ray. Uh, this is like commentaries, right? Um, yeah, keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks. Okay. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about with the hand drawn and 3D stuff. Many anime fans out there have experienced drawing, right? I mean, some actually try to imitate anime drawings, and then they wouldn't. They maybe they did a good job, maybe they didn't, but then they have it like a first-hand experience of how well drawn animes are. I mean, so they have like a uh, so they have first-hand experience to the knowledge of how skilled anime artists are. But then most anime fans out there, I don't think have experience on making 3D anime, so they can't admire how 3D anime is hard to make. They don't have first hand experience on that. So I mean, I made 3D anime myself, so I truly understand how hard making these things are. So I can't badmouth it. This house of Kazuo actually is a model from a house that I used to live. The house is still standing. Like it's about like a 5 minute walk from here, from where I live now, and it really looks the same. So if there's someone who actually like realized that, oh wait, is this Kazuo's house? I hope no one will be taking pictures and stuff, because there's actually people living there now, so I don't want them to be disturbed and all that. Are you allowed to say if the whole series is finished and they're watching the re-recorded parts? I'm not allowed to say. Kengan's opening song is amazing. Yeah, it's I've never. I'm not a music person, so I've never heard of the band before. But I know the singer's father. I don't know him personally. I just the singer's father is also like a celebrity who like a very famous singer. I've heard songs from him. Here, they have 3D and hand drawn, vice like in between the sign. During the train was hand drawn. Here it's hand drawn, but when he's waiting in the train station, it's 3D. So it makes you wonder, like your brain's kind of like you don't really understand if it's hand drawn or 3D anymore that much, since they like doing hand drawn 3D, hand drawn 3D, unless you like really concentrate. I mean, it's here's 3D obviously, but and I really love how they had made the grass or grow uh, below the floor right here, because since there's sunshine dropping down, I don't think I had grass growing from there on the original manga, but if there's sunshine, and I'm sure there's like raindrops, rain pouring also, so I guess yeah, it makes sense that grass would grow. And this is one thing that I really should have done in the original manga. Yeah. And here we have Oma with like a blood all over his body, and this kind of animation is almost impossible to do by hand drawing. It would be too much lines for the blood. Even moving around. Now, if any of you ever watched the Princess Mononoke, there's a scene where a character has blood all over her face, and then turns around like that. And it was impossible to draw the blood hand drawn. So the blood only the blood. The character was hand drawn, but the blood was on a 3D texture and turned it around like that. So, and if you go after the episode for this, when they're fighting, they had blood, they have sweat, they had bruises all around their body. So I'd say it's pretty much impossible to do the same thing in hand drawn. So it was a good decision that they did it in 3D. I mean, okay. I mean, animators in Japan aren't stupid. They understand that anime fans hate 3D, but they did it anyway. Super difficult part is going to be creating a 3D anime from manga since they're trying to match and animate something from a totally different style medium. Right, so. Well, I think that's in a spectrum. Even if it's hand drawn, they have to do. It's still in a different style. I mean, it just happens to be that in 3D, that different style becomes a little bit more obvious. Love Croaky design. What was the inspiration behind giving such a manly facial hair? My inspiration for Croaky was, there should be. I think one is a Goki from Street Fighter. I mean, I think he has beard on Street Fighter 5, right? If he had more facial hair, if Goki had more facial hair, I think that would look like him. And this is a really minor character that I don't think many people know of, but there's a character called, I think it was Bannon from Final Fantasy VI. He was one of the not one of the main characters, but he had like a similar facial hair. Now here, the characters that's attacking comes from the right side, so because you want them to look stronger. And I don't think they Oma comes to the right side yet, because he doesn't fight Rehito yet. Even after the second episode. Oh, then here comes the opening. The English, the English lyrics, I don't know if you could understand what they're saying. I can't. I mean, I saw the lyrics on with words, and the lyrics here actually. Well, this is my opinion, but it's nothing official. But this song actually is about Kiryu Setsuna, and what he's feeling. And I'm not really sure, but the ending song, the rap, the hip hop thing, the ending episode is the emotions of Oma. I think I haven't read the lyrics that much, but what are you thinking inside of your head? I think that's the lyric. You want to be loud. You will become more stronger now. You will become more stronger now. That's Kiryu wanting Oma to become stronger, or how strong he used to be. The superhuman. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Going down to the next episode. I'm gonna stop the stopwatch. Oh. Okay. I'll try to review the comments. why did they make 3D since people don't prefer 3D? Is I try to explain that. If I don't know if it was good enough, cause the fighting scenes are pretty much impossible to do it in hand drawn. At least what they did here is pretty much impossible. Lion's Mane. Yeah, I guess it looks like Lion's Mane. 3D is cheaper. 3D is not cheaper to produce. Some 3Ds are, but what they did here is not cheap. I mean, I've read a comment where they said it's even cheaper than Dumbbell. Why did they do it cheaper than Dumbbell? Again, this is not official, but from my assumption, I think it's like 2 or 3 times the cost. How much money they cost to make this is like 2 or 3 times for each episode. I think it's like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times the cost than Dumbbell. Now, if you can't understand that, then I don't know. Go get a job. Have you seen Spider-Man into Spider-Verse? Yes, I have. Now that is a movie that is like insane. That has insane money. He has a beard and yeah. And by the way, Spider-Man into Spider-Verse, I am a huge fan of. I bought the art book. Right, I'm a huge fan. One thing I've always noticed is nobody in Kengan had body hair. Is there something to that? Body hair, right. Well, first, if they had body hair, I'm afraid that I might forget to draw them. And second, if you ever seen like actual MMA fighters and stuff, they really don't have that much body hair. I mean, some actually do, but then since they sumo wrestlers, they don't have what do you call this, armpit hair, since they like move around so much that the hair just rips off. So the intent, I guess, is that since they hit each other so much that the hair just rips off. Okay. And do you know what software was used for 3D? Um I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but and I they could be using multiple softwares, but I've heard that they used at least 3ds Max. Now I don't know if that is a popular software overseas, but here in Japan I've heard a lot of people use 3ds Max. That's one software they're using. I don't know if they're using others. They could be. That's just what I heard. Is there any word on there if there will be the season 2 of Kengan? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. Things about release dates and all that, I don't think I'm allowed to say it. Opening song is about Kiryu. Wow, yes, the opening song, the first lyric, the opening lyric goes there was like a sound echoing a sound echoing that a sound echoing that blasted through the maximum. It's something like that. Has has like started my huge emotion. Now that is not a that's not a good translation, but it's talking how Kiryu saw Oma using his what do you call that in English? Using his uh, kaioken thing. And since the sound of the heartbeat is, they're talking about the heartbeat of Oma and how it like really like heightened Kiryu's emotions. Vampire Hunter is the pinnacle of anime this season. Pinnacle. Oh wait, well, there's a lot of comments here. Current season, yeah, I guess so. Animes with girls are always popular. 3 minute mapping is not cheap, right? It's not cheap. I need to buy the Spider Berserk work. Right, you need to get it too. Yeah. Most of those just look better without hair. Right. That's. Well, not really. I mean, not really. Actually, I had times where I thought of thinking about putting bodily hair, since it makes it's easier to make it more like a 3D, actually. But anyway, body hair would be annoying to draw. Yeah, wouldn't want to get your hair grabbed. Some fighters shaved it. Okay, something shave it. Okay, swimmers shave it also, right? 3 are the preferred ones. Okay, I don't. Right, 3ds Max is popular overseas. Okay, Maya probably, yeah. 3ds Max for modeling and Maya for rendering, maybe. I don't know. I see that there's a lot of people out there who have intellect in 3D animation, so that's good. It's an Autodesk. Okay. My what? Tell us that we don't snitch. Well, this would be recorded on YouTube, so for everyone to watch. So this is not good enough. Advance, right. Advance. Super loud heartbeat sound when he uses advance and assume. Yeah, that sound. They're referring to that sound in the opening lyrics. Daffy Duck t-shirt's better. Well, I'm doing a reaction for kengan and ashura, so you know. Great t-shirt, thanks. Abilities. I felt Kuroki would have body hair. Just feel funny to imagine him sitting down and shit. That's really nice. It sounds. That would make a really good like an extra content. Just want to say that Ketchup Ninja had the most introduction in American high school I've seen in manga. Well, thanks a lot. That was one of the intentions. I should be talking about Kengan, but there's one concern about Ketchup Ninja that I wanted to ask the English audience. I have the N word inside. I'm sure many people out there never seen Ketchup Ninja, but there is a manga I did years ago about. It's about a manga about American high school, and I have a character. It's not even a character. It's like a nameless character using the N word, all right? And some people could be really, against that. But I put that N word in there because that's how high school kids talked. And I wanted to make it as realistic as possible. So, you think it would be okay? Or I mean, I guess there's multiple opinions to that. Some might say that don't never use the N word ever for whatever reason. Some may say it's okay. I mean, people in high school probably said that word. Yeah, I think fine. That's what American high schoolers are like. Yeah, right. Unfortunately, right. I mean, the thing is, no one was actually offended within the high school. I mean, in the high school, right? I mean, I know there's people offended out there, but and maybe there were offended people in the high school, but no, people were using the N word in a friendly way. I mean, If they wanted to offend someone, they would use other words. Uh, I'm not sure if it makes sense. High school kids in America are, yeah, that's more socially acceptable. Okay, okay, that's so crazy. I'm fine. Yeah, thanks. But this is. I'm not gonna like jump to a conclusion here. I just want opinions and things to think about. That's crazy. I've seen people like Adam Dudley. Really, never been to Texas actually, so should not use some ice hockey. Okay. You can't please everybody, right? That's right. I agree with you, but some people will get out of their way to get offended. Right. I understand. I might like blurt the word out if if there's I'm working if I work on it in future. Well, anyway, let's start with the second episode. Uh, gonna reset this timer. Okay, starting in three. Everyone have it except episode two. Episode two. Ready? Okay, going in five, four, three, two, one, and start. Yeah, the Netflix sound. Netflix original anime series. That's I think they're using the same effect for the ending. Oh, this is the reenactment of what happened last episode. They don't do this that much in the later episodes. They Ivan. Ivan, okay. So you pronounce the V in the English version. In Japanese, his name is Iwan. Or Ivan. Now Ivan has the clothing he wears all in 3D. Wow. Yeah. He has all those like skull marks on his wear. Since it's easier to like texture that in 3D instead of hand drawn. By the way, the Parker, you call that Parker in English also. That Richter wears is hand drawn. This like old painty purple thing that he wears is hand drawn. That's not 3D. I think it was easier to draw that instead of making that original just for this scene. Making a 3D just for this thing, it was, I guess, more costly. Like Lehito. Now, I've seen a comment where Lehito should be spelled with the R instead of the L, but I personally had the intent to change that to L. Actually, I had every um I I I looked over every spelling of each character's name and changed it a little bit. And if there's anyone hoodie, right? Yeah, we call it a hoodie. We call it a Parker. That's something we get different. Okay, and why it's not R and L is two reasons. Lichito. Okay, the German word for light, I think, was Licht, and that starts with the L. That's just one reason, not too important. Another is the Japanese rarirurero. It's called the ragyo. It's with the r sound and each vowel a, I, u, e, o. So rarirurero, my opinion, is more. Um, it sounds more Japanese with the L instead of the R. Because rarirurero, you stick your tongue behind your teeth. But if it's R, you twist your tongue a little, so it becomes rarirurero. But many names, Japanese name, when they change it to English, they use the R. I don't know why. Superhuman. I think I changed. I think I told them that it's better superhuman. I think they originally had it some other word. I don't think it was Superman, but yeah, I think it was Superman. Yeah. But when you say Superman, you kind of have that, blue suit, red cape guy. So long time no see. Long time. That's a line I like. Long time no see. Now, Yoshitake here is hand drawn. I don't think he has a 3D model because this is where he doesn't fight. This is where he only comes out. By the way, Yoshitake and Rihito here is also on the right side. If you started watching from didn't if you didn't watch from the beginning, I was talking about how stronger characters are put on the right side and weaker characters or the main character are put on the left side so that the the main character looks weaker and the character you want to make stronger is an obstacle that the main character has to overcome. So when you realize that the main character could win, or then that's the first time when the main character comes to the right side. You can see a little bit of the mirror. well, see, I'm just putting this mirror for no reason. I mean, no big reason. If something, I don't see the monitor from here. I could see the wall. Is there something? Yeah, the Kengan the people from the Kengan Association. They it seems like there's like I don't know like 200 people around here, but I think they're using like 5 or 6 models, and they're changing the hair color, suit color, glasses, so that it looks like more people. I'm sure many people realize that when they first saw the first 12 episodes. They're using the same model for the um, Kengan people and the Kure clan, and also the Guardians. I don't know. I'm not sure how they say it in English. Metsudo's Guardian, or you guys gotta help me out here. The guys with the black suit. Thoughts on big asses on women? Yes. Yeah, I like big asses. Yeah. Was that what was that? Bodyguards. Okay, bodyguards. Cause bodyguards. 護衛者だよな。護衛者はボディーガードか。Okay. Oh, by the way, if you, I think the Japanese version here has, yeah. I don't think they had enough voice actors to voice the 200 people. I mean, they didn't have enough voice actors for the Japanese version too, but I actually saw the recording of the voice, and when they started recording the voice for the audience, there was like 8 people in the studio. And then when they started recording, okay, we're gonna start recording the audience from here, and they start like chanting and ranting and stuff, right? And it sounded like there was 200 people in the studio. There was only like 8. It was amazing. Yeah, here we have Rihito getting explaining how Rihito was safe from the punch, and that was a very smooth animation. You can't do that in hand drawn for 2 reasons. One, you could do it in hand drawn, but it would cost too much for, and that scene isn't that important. And it's important, but not as important to draw that much frames. So that was one scene that it has an advantage by being 3D. And then Rihito gets all these bruises on his face, right? So it's also pretty much impossible to get that accurate hand drawn with all the blood and bruise and sweat. Now, if this ever gets aired on television, some parts of this might get blacked out since it's too violent. I don't know how it is in the United States, but here in in Japan, some parts of that scene could be too violent for TV airing. I mean, if it ever gets aired. Good for high action animations, right? Alright, can you fighting game? Fighting game? I don't. I have no idea. Transfer adaptation. Oh, here Lihito's wear, I think, is in hand drawn. The tank top and the pants. Right. Now, in the original manga, it's not raining, but it's raining here. And I assume this is just my opinion. I assume that, okay, rain makes 3D looks more natural for some reason. Because it like blurs out the details. And you can't make it rain that much in the tournament. You can't make it rain elsewhere. So I guess they decided that since this is just the first Kengan match and the staff members aren't as skilled as the later episodes, they decided to make it rain so that they can actually make it a little bit natural. I mean, for instance, they have rain in Jurassic Park, Pacific Rim. You know, rain makes every 3D look a little bit more natural. Arena first fight looks really nice in there. Yeah, it really does. I'm not sure if the backgrounds are in 3D. They don't like rotate the camera like that, so it would look awful if they actually do rotate the camera. I mean, it might look good, but most of the time it doesn't look good. So rotating the camera around. Now, at this point, Rihito is always I'm pronouncing it with the R. Reaciton is always on the right side. Not human. They actually, if you watch the third episode, they have like a pretty identical scene with Sekibayashi. I don't know why they did that, but right. Quality is super. Yeah, episode 3 is super good. That it's like, you know, the rest could be. I mean, the rest is also good, but I mean, just for the episode 3, the 3D was the correct solution. See, paper actor manga makes me wish we had there in English. Yeah, right. Let meta metal calps air. Okay. Metal calps air. I don't know what that is. And this is where Oma becomes. After this, Oma becomes superior than Lichito, so you could see that Oma would become on the right side after this. Now that animation, I mean that it's pretty much impossible to do it in manga. So, um, this is where I think where animation is at its best, where they have like these really smooth but like gentle movements. I mean, if I tried to do something like that in manga, I would just have to like draw lines that oh this finger is moving here, which would look awkward. So yeah, here we have well not there, but some scenes we have Oma on the right side already. Yeah, Ryan Ryan is not here. I don't know why. The manga I think had Ryan in the only in the second volume. I they intentionally deleted Ryan. I mean, it even looks like that they had Ryan in the first draft, but then they deleted him for some intent. Yeah, yeah. We have Oma on the right side, and even the characters Kazuo are looking from the right, and then Yoshitake looking from the left. Because since Kazuo won, he's already on the right side. So the exchange from going from all the way always on the left to going on the right side at the end makes it look that the characters overcame an obstacle. and they're doing that for the rest of the 12 episodes. Oh wait, so if you watch carefully on which side the characters are on, it would be interesting. Now here the characters are all hand drawn, for two reasons, three reasons actually. One, they're eating. Okay, making eating scenes in 3D is very hard. So, and two, they have different clothing, and three, they have like facial expressions. So they just decided to make it all into hand drawn. And by the way, I the first they gave me like a character's design of how they want to make the characters in the anime, which lines to use, not to use. And Kazuo, I I changed a lot to it. I mean, I almost had drawn from they totally changed what they brought me, but most of the female characters I just let them do what they wanted to do, because for female characters in anime, I think it was better for them to do on their own freedom, so that it will look more better on in anime. So some characters, I guess, doesn't look very different from the manga, but I it was my decision that it would be better that way. I mean, it's not my decision. It's their decision, and I just said okay to it. Now this is where we have a character from Dumbbell. Not a character from Dumbbell, but he has more lines in Dumbbell than Kengan, so that's awkward. Now they made this place a basketball court, right? They have two basketball courts right and left. That's something I didn't do, which makes sense because this is a school. So okay, that's I didn't know that was the voice of Kiru, but good enough. Uh, Now they made her hair reddish, which I think is was better, because since if they made her blonde, many characters would just be blonde. Now that is a lot of voice actors. CG animators. I gotta check the lyrics on this ending. 전선이로네. That's a lot of hand drawn staff members too. I wonder how. This is like a really original visual effect. I have to look into it. That's my name right there. Oh, it's in no. I think in the manga I decided that it was the Gandai building, but I guess they just decided to do it in Onogi for was it? Now the head, all the cracks in the Gandai's president's head. They they asked me what actually what these lines were, and I told them, oh, there's just cracks. Whoa, 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 whoa! No, don't skip. Well, that's it. Whoa, wait, the timer is not moving. Okay. I didn't realize the timer wasn't moving. Anyway, well, well, I could edit the timer later on, which would take a little bit time, but well, unless anyone is like searching for a specific scene they wanted to watch, like listen to, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at the comments, and after I look at the comments, it's I have to start. I have to continue my job, so I can't stream. やっと気づいたタイマー。I am a fan of Dumbbell Nagiro. Well, I'm kind of like in the job, so I can't have like a objective opinion to it. Okay, where is? Oh, there you go. I didn't think that was good. Kengan die for a Kengan fighting game, right? I have no idea if they're planning it. Meguro and Muteo will be interesting to censor, right? They you know, Meguro and Muteo was so brutal for TV. I don't think I think the whole battle could have been cut off if it was only for TV. US King Rush is R16, really? R16. Wow. Mobile game. There is a mobile game actually. I don't know if you could play it in the United States or overseas, depending on which country you are in. It's only in Japan. Okay. Seeing the paperback, that's somewhere I read. Almost the points where I'm gonna import them from Japan. Import? Is that possible? I guess it is, but yeah, just ain't enough. Right. Metal and Apocalypse together. Metacopolypse. Metacopolypse. Apocalypse. Calypse. Metacolypse. Okay, that's a tongue twister. Metacolypse. Even heck, Wonder Shozen is shown. Wonder Shozen. I'm not aware of that title. Medicine removed was from removed the title of anime. It was not because it's the brutalness. It wasn't as brutal. I don't think it was that brutal. I mean, it's brutal, but not as brutal as Meguro and Muteba. Medicine One was removed because I can't really say the reason because, but it was a hard decision that they had to make. In the original, wasn't it said that Rihito can't beat Oma in just a slugfest to give him the advantage of Razor's Edge, but in the anime it says Rihito has the advantage. Whoa, okay. Rihito can't beat Oma in just a slugfest. Okay, a slugfest, I have to. I don't. I'll just Google it. Slugfest. Okay. Punching and kicking. Okay. To game in can't be on just nothing. Give him the adventure is Razor's Edge, but in the anime it says Rihito has that. Oh, okay. Well, I guess obviously they had to cut some of the lines. for two reasons, I guess. One, there is a you need to put it in the time frame, and two, too much talking would like there's a rhythm to the fighting scene, so too much talking would, I guess, would like break that rhythm. Age in blows. Maybe it's just stuck there or missed something. Medicine man, the doctor. No, not the doctor. The fat dude that uses weapons and stuff. I mean, the doctor uses weapons also, but 100%. Medicine man, Kaburagi. Yeah, Kaburagi. Yeah, that was in there. Kaburagi. Yeah, maybe part two. Maybe in part two. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Remember one of the bonus chapter talked about, I think, redrawing him for the anime. Yes, yes, yes. The bonus chapters I talked about basically redrawing Kazuo for the anime, for the character design. Fangold. Often consulted during production. Not as much as people would suspect. The only thing I consulted. Yeah, that's a vocabulary that didn't come out when I was trying to explain this. I consulted the character design and the English subtitles for episodes 2 and 3 for the Anime Expo last year. I don't Not exactly sure if they used the same subtitles for the official one, but the subtitles for the English in Anime Expo last year was like, for example, I the fighters. Did they use the word gladiator? Do they use the word gladiator? Well, anyway, they used words like gladiator or fighter or um, they use different words for the same stuff. I mean, for the same word. They use different vocabularies for the same word. So I had to put that into the same word, and also I'm sure the original translation was done by an like actual professional translator, but wasn't that much professional about anime and manga. So that's some parts I had to change also. Now again, I'm not a professional English speaker also, but there's things I could do. Good enough. Shinwan was Rendition's choice, right? Right. If so, Carla is really cute in this anime. It's way cuter than I expected. See Carla in the anime. Too disgusting for TV. Even in the United States, I mean, or England or Spain or whatever country you're in, it's too brutal for Japanese TV. Yeah. Did you imagine Kiryu much more feminine sounding than the anime? No. Actually, well, for the Japanese voice actor was on the spot. The English voice actor was a little bit too sounded a little bit more masculine than, but again, that's how they did it, and if that's I'm just saying about talking about the difference between the Japanese voice actor and English. I'm not saying that the English voice actor like was bad or anything like that. Stop saying my favorite manga. Thank you. How does it feel seeing your name on the anime credit list, having your artwork made into a T-shirt? Well, everything was little by little, right? So it's not like one day you wake up, all this is become to a like real reality. Everything is little by little. So it's not like a dream come true or a wish come true. Like it's not like magic that just poofed everything became to reality. So so I take it as a extension of everything. When if you ever had like made something that took a long time to make, and then for example, you were making a plastic model that took like two months, right? it's not like you have it today. Like you wake up and you have it all of a sudden. So you know every single part of it. So the feeling is, I guess, I don't know. It's more like a relief. Oh, I finally made it. It's finally there. You know, instead of I mean, of course, I have joy, but it's more of a relief. Think using the mirror. Okay, I hope the mirror did good. Can't you stream while drawing? Can't you stream while drawing? I can't, since that would be a spoiler, and the publisher won't like that. What I did is I recorded a page that I'm drawing, so I could stream that after it's uploaded. Thank you for your wonderful artwork. Yeah, thank you. I would love to get my hands on kengan anime model. Yeah, anime models. Yeah, the 3D data. Yeah, I would like to get my hands on that too. But even if I'm the original drawing person, I don't think they would just give me the data. I mean, there's I think there's a lot of rights issues. Hassad will be just magically washed up on shore, right? Actually, Hassad was planned on being removed from the anime in the beginning, but they told me that they just had to remove Medicine Man, they had to remove Kushida, and they had to remove Hassad. And I told them, can't you just leave Hassad? And Hassad was a very, everyone talked about Hassad when he got beat up, right? So I told I it was a personal wish. I gave them a personal wish that I want Hassad in the anime, and they managed to stick him in. I'm a professional in your hearts. Thank you. Thanks. I'm amazing. Yeah, I hope someone turns in Omega. Why remove them? Because I can explain why they had to remove them, but I can't unless they show every episode. I might talk about why. I'll talk about why they removed them after it's all finished. Not all, but after they released every episode that they made. I'm really glad Hassad was kept in. Right, thanks. Even for the great work, it's really awesome to see that this anime will get machine. Oh, I signed your t-shirt. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Can't wait to pick up the new volume Kengan Omega. Yeah, thank you. So, it's 10:30 here in Japan, and I have to be. My staff members would be showing up, so I have to stop the streaming. I've streamed like 2 hours, I guess, already. So, remember to like and subscribe. I'm not used to saying that, but see you for the next reaction for episodes 3 and 4, I guess. I'll be doing in Japanese first though. So okay. There it is. See you guys. Hope this was an enjoyable stream. Thanks. Keep the comments if there's something you didn't say or you wanted to ask for specifically. Leave it in the comments. Then I'll try to answer it from the next stream or maybe on Twitter or things like that. So see you then.